into the ring.
Hello and welcome everybody, I'm Psychic here with Time Monster for GLEC Smash Ultimate. How you feeling, Ty?
I'm feeling good. This is our first match of the regular season, and as we were talking about before the broadcast, CSU against Manchester. We beat them at the GLEC land, the first ever loss Manchester had received this season, or in any season, actually, because they won the championship something like 5 to 6 times in a row, maybe even 8 times in a row. 5 years running, they were the GLEC champions for Smash Brothers. We were the first team to dethrone them.
Wow, well, you know what they say, if it bleeds, you can kill it, which seems to be the case. Manchester is a terrifying threat that CSU is going to have to go to. From my understanding, our players are a little bit not certain about this, but they showed they definitely had the potential to last year, and I think that they can definitely clean up, especially in GLEC's format. To my understanding, that is still 3v3 best of 3.
I should have done this beforehand, but now.
Why do you think I go over to the mirror? Why do you think that's not even a mirror? But what do you think CSU is gonna have to keep in mind today? And then what do you think CSU might need to avoid if they really want to be able to take this home?
Well, I think that the most important thing is what they're lacking right now, and that's confidence. Because they have beaten these guys before. They have lost, according to the players, insider knowledge, they've lost their best player, Manchester. And yes, we no longer have one of our players who is second to fourth best performer. I think a lot of people would agree. But that is a much shallower loss than losing the MVP, the anchor, the carry. That is a huge loss compared to us. We still have Arctic, we still have Groovy, we still have Dreamless, Victor, right? We still have these heavy hitters who, each of them, like at some point or another during the GLEC LAN, had like an 8-stock, 9-stock game against me. So each having all 3 of those, I think, is the main important factor.
Absolutely. I think CSU really has to not get in their own head out here. You can't let yourself get Justin Wonged, especially against a Kazuya.
Oh, I hope there's not another one of these.
No, listen. Chimpus is gonna chew through the first one, and you wouldn't believe what we're gonna see as the second character for the match.
Another Kazuya.
Now, how do you feel about Kazuya Bayo?
I actually think this is an excellent matchup for Bayo. Players might disagree with me here, our producer might even disagree with me here, but I think Bayo's biggest strength in the modern Smash Ultimate meta is her mobility, is the fact that she can evade and go in on a whim whenever she decides. And so Kazuya struggles against characters like that, struggles against like CSS, Pikachu, characters who can dance around him a little bit. Bayo is a bit bigger, but still dances around him.
Absolutely. I think Bayonetta in this matchup is definitely somebody who has a lot more control over the neutral game. She can be pretty much anywhere where she wants to be. And like, sure, Kazuya has access to that laser. But when you are able to space correctly like this, you are going to consistently be able to prevent this Kazuya from finding the value you want to find. You're not going to find those Electric Wind Godfists. You're not going to find those openings that you need to make Kazuya a broken character. Albeit, when you do, it's really scary.
He was able to just barely narrowly avoid the Electric Wind Godfist follow-up there. Might not be able to do that time. Yep, there's the Rage Drive. Instant deletion for a character light as Bayo.
That is not the ideal circumstance. However, it does get Rage off of the table. The problem here becomes Bayonetta is a very hard character to kill with. You can get that percentage very, very quickly, but if you can't find the stock, it could be a little bit longer, and that's not where you want to be, but that's kill. That's the kill. That is a kill.
That is your best and most reliable kill as Bayonetta, right? Is of course that rapid jab. Kills Kazuya around, I want to say, 130 to 140 on the ledge here. There's also, you saw it earlier, down air is a good option if you can get a solid read. But generally you're looking for a stray move to kill, or one of those cheesy kill combos that you saw in Smash 4 that are still possible but require specific DI read.
Yeah, you don't get them for free anymore. Like, you gotta pay like $5.99 for them. Listen, because they're free now, you can't get them as good.
Yeah.
You're not paying $5.99 for it, so
this is exactly what you were talking about just a second ago. It's easy to rack up that damage with Bayo forward through another kill option. But actually finding the kill, he'll be fine. It's Bayonetta.
Listen, I played Gren, and you don't survive that.
Hey, you survive it as Sonic, you survive it as Bayo. I'll tell you that much for free.
I'm definitely seeing that. Chimp is continuing to play a very strong... I'm really liking how Chimp is approaching this neutral. It's been very bait and punish, very much like forcing this Kazuya to come to him, especially with the up tilt in the backer. Not quite going to be enough to kill, but enough to get enough in the stage spike. Insult to injury.
And that's the kind of thing you really need when you're playing Bayonetta. Some sort of way. You saw the up tilt back here. That's another kill confirmed. Bayo has a lot of stray kills options, but a lot of them are fairly unsafe. As much as jab, as much as down air are nice, they are very unsafe. Up tilt back air is one of her safest kill confirms, but on a tight window, and that's what you saw there.
It's tight window, and I also think that it's an aspect of, like... I entirely forgot my tangent the moment I started. I'm so sorry.
Might be overcooking now. He's trying to kill the Kazuya off stage at 96 when you're stock up. It can be worth it, but you've got to be a little bit risky, especially now with the Rage Drive online. You might just die. You got to be able to preserve this. You've got to be able to get rid of this Rage Drive.
Rage is still online, get some damage off. This is like, you need to find the kill option here is the problem. And the problem, I think that what I was trying to say earlier, I finally remembered it. Bayo's options are powerful, but they tend to be committal, especially with his smash attacks. Calls out the, I like that, calls out the jump from ledge with the back air to finish the match. Has a single stock left going into the next character. What do you think Manchester wants, like, character-wise?
I mean, they want to take this last stock without losing one, obviously, but, I mean, it's very difficult when you're up against Bayonetta to not have any chance of giving away stock. Because the mental game is such a small thing that against Bayonetta, where you will be taking 80%, 90% before you're reasonably able to put Bayonetta at 50, 60 because her bread and butter combos. So you want a character who can either avoid that something. Pikachu, Sonic, Steve, something that can evade Bayonetta's kill or combo confirms.
Or a second Kazuya.
Or a second Kazuya. Or something that can just kind of zone Bayonetta out with massive hitboxes like Min, like Sephiroth, like Lucina, even Aegis. I think you just want something safe that can stuff the approach options that Bayonetta is going to.
Absolutely. I think that there are characters who are very mechanically strong, but I also think a lot of Bayonetta is, like, I think you were touching on it, there is a mental aspect to playing against Bayonetta. She is a character where, like, most of her damage and most of her interaction is front-loaded. You are going to have a large interaction where Bayonetta is going to shred you for a large period of time, and then you're going to go to a neutral phase where Bayonetta can't really extend in the way that a lot of other characters can. And so, like, you're playing a lot more of that game in that high-stress scenario, in that I have a 1,000,000% risk of getting killed, and I think that, like, it takes a different kind of mental as compared to other characters.
Absolutely. Especially given the fact that, you know, not a lot of people are playing Bayonetta right now. She's definitely risen up the tier list as people have recognized more and more the strengths that Bayonetta has. You know, you saw it earlier in Smash Ultimate's lifetime with the other best character of Smash 4, Cloud. The perception of Cloud went from, oh, he's a mid-tier, he's okay, he got a couple buffs, and then all of a sudden, those buffs wouldn't have done it, but now he's a top tier. And now the same thing is happening with Bayonetta. She didn't get buffs that would make her top tier. It's just the meta development and the realization that Bayonetta's mobility is so good. Bayonetta's hitboxes in general, you know, bread and butter confirms are so clean and crisp that she is an arguable top 15 character for a lot of people. I wouldn't go that far personally. I still think she's a mid-tier, upper mid, lower high tier, but a lot of people are putting her in that top echelon of characters.
I think my main concern, like, I think the thing that, why we see that so frequently is, like, we are used to, the moment we got into Smash Ultimate, we were used to playing Cloud and Bayonetta as Cloud and Bayonetta from Smash 4. And as much as I think that Bayonetta and Cloud are amazing characters in this game, in regards to most of the cast, I think they're better than most of the cast, frankly. But they are not Smash 4 version. They are not the Smash 4 version of these characters. Like, Bayonetta is not the one-touch fiend that she used to be. And I think that's pretty cool. I think the situation she's in now is pretty sick.
Agreed.
But, like, as these characters have kind of had to come into their own as new versions of these characters, it's really become an aspect of, like, they might not be what they used to be, and they might have weaknesses that they might not used to have, but they are still potent characters.
Yeah, it makes you realize how much more broken Bayo would have been if people realize how crazy her escape options were in Smash 4 and how crazy her mobility was in that game.
You know, I think that's fair, but I think it comes down to a problem of, like, are you really going to care that much about your momentum if you can just kill them?
That's true. We are also breaking one of the rules of where things, so not mentioned in the booth. Oh, where is it? Where's Smash 4? Smash 4 was on here somewhere. Somebody cut it out. Anyways, that's
Duck
kind
Hunt.
of the vicinity of what I was talking about. I was expecting a character who can kind of either wall Bayo out or avoid kind of SDI out of those combos. And Duck Hunt, smaller than average, zonier than average, but kind of feels like a weird middle ground.
Didn't this character used to have, like, really cool tech, and then they got removed?
Yeah, there was the play pigeon combos that he would have access to, which were objectively unhealthy. That's something you're going to be seeing a lot with Duck Hunt. It is classic throw into can. But a lot of early Smash Ultimate Duck Hunt meta was play pigeon confirms, and that is absurd.
The set play... I don't know what to say about that. That was just like...
So Dreamless is probably coming in.
Brawler or Pithra?
Brawler or Pam, either or. You could also send Robin to this. The problem with counterpicking Duck Hunt is, despite what you just saw, this character sucks.
This is not a good character. I'll be frank.
I'll say it how it is. If we have a player who goes in on a character that sucks, fortunately or fortunately, depending on who you ask, we don't. All of our players play high to top tier characters.
And I'm gonna be honest, they're right for it.
Yeah, I mean, if I saw somebody out there playing Incineroar or Bowser, I'd be straight up. I'd be like, yeah, this character's dog doo-doo water, and I'm saying that because it's characters. But Dog Hunt, not a very good character, so it can be difficult to counterpick in the sense that which one of his -2 matchups are we putting in?
That's the thing. Whereas, like, a lot of these lower tier Smash Ultimate matchups are fundamentally knowledge checks. It is a, do you understand what needs to be done to beat Duck Hunt? Even though, like, you probably do have, like, a 7-3. Or, like, let's be more generous, like a 6-4. Like, you're playing a top tier into a low tier. That's just how the game works. But, like, if you don't know what specifically you're doing that just shreds this character, which I'm fully expecting there to be, like, 16 characters that entirely invalidate Duck Hunt's game plan, and we play, like, 3 of them.
I mean, like, if I'm thinking about Duck Hunt's worst matchups, I'd be throwing in, like, off the top of my head, like, Falco is a good one. Stop mutilating that. Poor eraser.
It's already...
Yeah, you're... Anyways.
Why are you so pro... This is not part of the
I'm pro eraser. Racer.
Hey, whoever's... Can we get the next round? Can we get the next round?
But, like, I throw in Falco because Falco's got...
That reflector is...
Arguably the best in the game. Game & Watch Bucket, the other arguable best reflector in the game, and he's not as reliant. Bigger body to combo with, although he appreciates it.
What about Hero and Bounce?
Hero's too laggy is the thing. Like, Duck Hunt is one of the only characters in the game, or Duck Hunt is a character who has some okay boxing tools, but they're not great. It's like, he's just kind of worse Pac-Man in every conceivable way, and his boxing tools are just enough to beat out Hero. That's the only character I would say this.
I admit, I think Duck Hunt is cooler than Pac-Man. I think Duck Hunt is way cooler than Pac-Man. Yeah, let me throw my projectile. Let me put Hydrant down.
I can see.
You saw the set play last round.
I can see.
I mean, it's not sick. I just don't think it's as sick as Can.
I think Can be cool, but I think I've seen enough Can to where I'm like that. I don't know why I've seen so much Duck Hunt, but I have.
I think that might be a you problem.
That's true. And Rob. Yeah.
Robber, the robotic operating buddy.
It was either gonna be this or Dreamless with the Aegis either way, I think, but you want to save Dreamless for the Brawler, because I think Brawler actually does struggle a little bit more in this matchup. So Rob just makes.
I could believe it. It's my thing. Like, as much as like in your mind when you're thinking of like what do you want to do against a zone, or like I guess in this case a set play character. Oh, okay, they are kind of goated with the sauce. I'm gonna have to admit.
That's the big thing about Duck Hunt, right? Is his set plays are super good, and his best move by far is Can. Can is budget Snake Grenade with more set play opportunities. It's frame 1, so
it's like if you took Gyro and Snake Grenade and Snake C4 and put them all together.
It's more like if you took Grenade and put them together, because they're both set play projectile. Like it and Patui are set play projectiles. It's kind of like Gordo as well. Frame 1, so you use it as a combo breaker all the time. Very, very strong projectile.
I will say I do like bringing Arctic in here, as much as like it isn't working the greatest and you need a little bit of time to adapt. Like thinking about it, Rob does kind of play a very similar game plan, but as a top tier.
Yeah. Rob with that set play. The only other problem is Duck Hunt is one of the few characters who really comes alive when playing a character of Rob's size. That's kind of the meme, is that a lot of characters succeed against big characters like Rob, but Duck Hunt has so many confirms that are undoable.
Can we talk about that? I know that you're like talking about Duck Hunt and everything, but like that was the most checkmate scenario I had ever seen.
It was a very good parry. Can combo into Nair. All right, man, my man's cooking.
Okay, we're back to Nooch. Neutral.
Never heard that one.
You've never heard people call it Nooch?
I've never heard Nooch.
That's crazy.
No, good DI, good DI.
I feel like Arctic was watching these combos and was like, all right, hold my beer.
The hip hop extension on the gunman.
The hit stop on the gunman to finish out this stock.
And now we're seeing like the inverse happen. Like you said, Arctic is starting to be the one who cooks. Like this matchup is in theory
not the double fair. Okay.
Just the one.
No, that was the single fair into the bounce off the gyro into the nair.
Yep. I mean, Arctic has really improved immensely since we last saw him. I was at a local with him the other day, and he won it. First local win, by the way. And his ability... Yeah, and our producer took a game off him. But he's very much improved on the gyro play.
No, absolutely. That entire match, like, I really did feel like Arctic took the set play personally and was like, oh, we're playing that game? Check this out.
Yeah, like... That's been the biggest glow up in Arctic's play. Like, he's very good at finding reads. He's very good at this, that, and the other thing. But it's really been the gyro follow-ups. And also, I just want to point this out for anybody watching at home. Arctic basically looks exactly like Rob in my mind. They just are the same person. Same face. It's just like how people have been saying that I look like Hazard and Oval.
I cannot see that. I can't see that.
What if I start talking in the Scottish accent?
Doesn't...
They do have the same eyes. That's what I'm saying. Rob is literally wearing glasses right now. And Arctic literally poses exactly like this all the time. Unintentionally so. But I can just imagine like Arctic just walking into a place and going like...
We gotta ask Arctic how good the down tilt is.
Oh no, he'll tell you straight up. That's like...
No, I'm asking, can Arctic do the down tilt?
Oh,
like,
yeah,
his down tilt.
Yeah, we gotta get him in and just... I've seen him do it before though. That's the crazy thing. Not all the way committed, but like he's done that a little bit.
All right.
A little bit of the ground spears.
Who do you think you send in?
I mean, what is there, like Falco, Peach?
What do you send in here that doesn't immediately die to Snake? Because you know what happens if they take the final stock. Pikachu? Pika could work.
Fox, both is D's. I'm just going over my characters.
You're just going over Spaceys at this point.
I'm going over my characters. I played all 3 of those recently. Those are just my 3 characters now. Like, Steve is always good. Steve is always an option. Sonic is always an option. Rob is...
What if they just send in the Meat Gunner?
The second Kazuya!
The second Kazuya.
Good heavens!
What if they send in Meat Gunner? How do you feel about that?
I will walk at it.
I think Meat Gunner's kind of...
You know, on the tier list of the Miis, you got me, Brawler, on the top. Obviously, he's
the good one.
In my opinion, one of the best designed ultimate characters in general. Then you got me, Gunner, who's okay. Like she's fine. She's very milquetoast. She's like Samus for people who aren't.
I mean, here's my thing with I just like the grenade shot. I think the grenade shot's really interesting.
That's fair. But then there's Mii Sword Fighter. And look, no disrespect to anybody who plays Mii Sword Fighter. You're watching
Fortune.
Yeah, I was about to say, if you're watching right now, Fortune, no disrespect to you. Great guy. But good lord, can you please pick a more interesting character? Like, even like the Duck Hunt players.
You can't be saying Midgard Mayhem is this weekend.
Fortune, I love you, buddy. Show up to Midgard Mayhem. Can
Please.
put it on stream, please.
Please
producer.
show up to Midgard Mayhem. We will not make fun of you, we promise.
I will not make fun of you. But Fortune, man, come on, pick a better friggin' character.
I think the Mii Sword Fighter's kind of sick. I've been in the booth for it.
You can be in the booth for that one. I'll take it. I'll take a step though. I'll be having a beverage, and that beverage is water.
You know, we're doing a side bracket this
Doubles, right? Yeah, doubles.
Our Kessler has left the building. She's exited. Pardon that prompt. She's exited the stream. She's now back in the stream room. It seems as though she has conflicted feelings about the doubles.
Congrats to all Smash Ultimate Doubles players for obtaining the slot.
Oh, you want melee?
Of course I wanted melee! I have been fighting tooth and nail to get a melee bracket I've been fighting tooth and nail for this, okay? I'm making my own Midgard Mayhem. With blackjack and the thing I'm not gonna say on stream.
And roadhog hooks and
No low tiers allowed.
low tiers allowed. Oh, so it's all Fox only doubles.
That's not melee.
Diddy Kong.
Diddy Kong. Okay.
This is so about this matchup. Like obviously this is one that's seen at top level reasonably often. But it's a very strange matchup. I think I would call it even. Maybe Diddy favorites, but he doesn't have the tools to necessarily take advantage of Rob being large trademarked. Not trademarked.
A little trademark.
Trademarked.
Yeah. I think my main concern here is, like, I think Diddy has a lot of options that... I think it's 50-50. Like, these are characters that interact kind of... This feels like a matchup where they're playing at each other and not against each other, if I'm being honest.
I'm saying it. That's a good up smash out of the by the way, but also
We're getting a little bit chunky.
a little bit chunky. But I think the major thing that makes this matchup so interesting is both of their down specials. We got Gyro, we got Banana.
It's both of these characters have set play, but unlike the match, unlike Duck Hunt, I don't think that these forms of set play really occupy the same space. Where it is like Banana is fundamentally an extension tool.
Yeah.
Like it is a projectile that you are throwing to then get a combo off of. Whereas Gyro is primarily a neutral tool that does have combo application. Like granted, if we saw Arctic just whip out the 0 to death out of nowhere,
You can do it with Banana.
Okay.
It's a lot harder to do it with Banana, but it's possible.
I think it was a trade off of the
Up special from Diddy Kong. That move has no end lag.
end lag is a myth.
It is on Raw, I'll tell you that much.
Listen, once you get to a certain level of top tierage, you just stop having end lag.
Yeah, that's what Zetterburn's all about. Anyways, good up smash catch there from the Manchester player.
Banana into up smash, I believe, gonna get the kill. A little bit scary with the Diddy at 78. Arctic needs to make a little bit of magic happen, but
The thing is, though, Diddy Kong, if you're not finding something like what he just fished for, which is the down air off stage, Diddy doesn't kill very early, like at all. He has to rely on those post 100 confirms.
nice banana, nice banana.
Left your banana on the floor, and the robot will take advantage and delete you. That is the rotor arm special.
Getting a little bit of Wile E. Coyote action, having your own trap backfire on you.
I used to call
Oh, okay.
what's the name of the company? Acme.
Acme banana peel.
That's good. Down tilt. Okay.
Down tilt. Exchanges goes to 101 here.
This will be a massive lead if Arctic can take this stock. They're currently up 3 stocks right now, CSU, but whoever takes this next stock will determine the tempo for the rest of this. I do believe it's 4v4. It might not be. I might be mistaken.
I think it's 4v4. We were on 12 at the beginning.
Well, I set it up, so.
Oh.
Oh, I might be mistaken. Love the sharking here as well from Arctic, just staying below that ledge.
Extremely patient.
Just looking for any opportunity to get an up air in while you're playing down.
Ugh,
very
painful.
bad. Still though.
Not
Took, I believe 4 there.
I think it's might be 4, might be 5, somewhere in that range.
He took quite a few stocks.
Where's your phone?
Either way, he took a lot. He took a lot of stocks there. So if you're Arctic, you are content with that, all things considered.
And I'll be frank, those stocks were cool.
They were.
Those stocks were sick.
I'll give it to you. Oh, he did take 5 because the dog bird had 3.
Dog and or bird and or guy with a gun.
Mammalian predator with bird that flat.
And the guy shooting the gun. It's a trio.
No.
No, like didn't Sakurai explicitly said there's like Duck Hunt is a trio.
Yes, but because I also wanted Banjo.
Well, Banjo-Kazooie wasn't on the screen.
Predator with
Yeah, but like have a third guy taking shots at the screen.
Anyone?
Look
Maybe
at the Google.
Gruntilda is the third character.
Does she? Where's she in the moveset?
Reneg.
Yeah,
Why else would Kazooie have infinite
that's just a
egg
thing she
silence
can do.
so-
That's from Banjo-Tooie.
Okay, well.
That's from the FPS sections.
Well, I hate to say it, but out of all games to, reference, Banjo-Tooie is not the best.
Oh yeah, let me pull up the universe where they put like nuts and bolts Banjo in the game.
No,
Is that what you want? Is that what you want? Is that what you want?
Nuts and bolts.
We should make a nuts and bolts too, honestly.
No.
I'm not joking with that.
Banjo 3.
I think that they should. I think Justice fit in the. I think they should make Banjo 3.
But it's a sequel to 2.
It is no. It is not even a sequel to 2. It is a sequel to Nuts and Bolts.
Oh no, they just make Banjo and Kazooie 4 and call Nuts and Bolts the unofficial third. Like
They re-release Nuts and Bolts and call it Banjo 3 and then
That's
release
good.
Banjo 4-y.
No, that's good. 4-y?
Yeah, Banjo 4-y.
I like that. And then there's it's kind of like Tropical Freeze in a way.
I don't respect Tropical Freeze. I don't think it came out.
So deep.
No.
Me Brawler.
Me Brawler into Diddy Kong.
Not my favorite matchup.
Not ideal, but I understand it if there's another character after this, or you're just gonna clear out.
I'm assuming there's another character after this because I think Snake is easier to take one stock with than Me Brawler is. The risk is quite high for Brawler, but the reward matches.
To be fair, it could be an aspect of Ruby not wanting to come in.
Maybe. I mean, we've seen that before, but not out of him just not wanting to play, but more so just him
I mean,
trusting the team.
Oh, absolutely. Like, I have full faith in Dreamless.
Oh, for sure.
Like,
He's struggling here a little bit, though. It can be difficult to land. The up air confirms that he looks for into the thruffer. Down throw as well. Difficult to land on Diddy Kong. He's so evasive. That is his main strength in this game.
back air into whiffs the shot put. Unfortunate.
Might be wishing he had the onslaught right now. The
Flashing Mach.
flashing mark punch, not onslaught. That move sucks.
Nice up smash into the forward smash punish. Yep. Takes the stock, does not lose one.
Very light. That move is extremely laggy, as all smash attacks could be. Rob, please take notes. But
Rob's your reference for like no lag smash attack? I don't know.
Rob, please take notes. Please take notes, Rob. Please.
Why would you want to have more end lag?
On Rob up smash? Because I've had enough of up smash, spot dodge, up smash connecting on me from Arctic. I've had enough.
I mean, here's the thing. Or game just predicted the second.
Bad.
Who do you think Manchester? I think Manchester has another team or there's another character.
I believe it is 4-player. I would assume that this is where a sword fighter comes out in Aegis, Lucina. Well, that's because the second hit. Well, that's pretty good for a special attack.
Mine was 24. This is.
Well, so can we get the Midgard Mayhem on the screen?
We don't have graphics.
We do. I sent it in the student work.
All the info on them was wrong.
Oh, is
Sorry, folks. Apparently, time on 16 put on the fraud watch.
Am I fraudulent?
You
What
might
about-
be-
What about the other one? What about the one that PJ sent? Can we get that one on screen? Oh, it's January. But I made the February one. Did I make the February one?
Why are we?
No, it's January. That
It's
is
literally-
accurate. It's January.
It's this weekend.
This is correct.
I don't think we're running Redemption. I
We're
could be wrong. I'll put it on screen.
We always run Redemption. Either way, it's gonna be mostly correct.
And if it isn't, I'm complaining about Melee not being at Midgar Mayhem.
You should complain about pocket monsters for the red, blue, and yellow. Not.
I'd play it.
I love RBY.
I never I played it at Gen 9 OU, but like I never got into like alt fun.
Well, we were talking about it the other day, right?
Yeah.
Just on our own. Porygon, for example. If you guys know about Porygon, big shouts. Also, big shouts to Midgard Mayhem.
Midgard
hosted
Mayhem.
This Sunday, $20, 10 for the bracket, 10 for.
I'll talk
the
about
venue.
your match if you're on stream. I'll be talking about your match because I will be here commentating. Ryu from Streets.
It's real.
It's Ryu from Streets. Now we know a couple things about him.
He is from Streets.
He is from Streets. We know that his favorite things are jumping into light fierce, stale bread, water without any ice, and the latest season of The Simpsons. Now, Ryu might have gotten a little bit better just from the fact that I've heard The Simpsons has gotten better, but that's an entirely different thing.
Well, ironically, Ryu has actually started to go up the tier list, partially thanks to the efforts of Ashimo. Still not the best character, of course, but a lot of people reasonably see him as a middle high tier to lower high tier, and I think that's reasonable for him.
DP shown shield, but unfortunately not able to find a punish on it. Grimless taking a lot of damage, having to maybe play a little bit safer given the fact of, like, Ryu is a character who gets a lot of value off of most interactions. Yeah, the auto turnaround is brutal.
Oh, Thrupper, there we go.
Thrupper!
That is the bread and butter Thrupper confirmed.
When in doubt, Thrupper. Burning drop kick, okay!
It's a genuinely excellent mid-range
The third?
burst tool.
He's gone!
That's beautiful.
You stole his 401k?
This-
How is he gonna feed his kids now?
This kid is a talent, I'm telling you, dude. Okay, down throw. This is gonna be a back air. Doesn't quite find it, but it's still good traps here at the ledge.
And the ledge, momentum trying to find it up to air, but not gonna find it.
Oh, yeah, that's up on it. This has to be up on it. It's the red fireball that time. Another that's or shots to check head.
I ever missed.
Red fireball.
Like, I'm gonna be honest. Like, in my heart, I have to keep myself from referring to these moves with their notation.
Yeah. You've done that once or twice.
I have absolutely called it, like, or technically it wouldn't be, but this would be for regular fireball. Like, I've definitely called it, like, 236p or something.
I just want to say, hot take, both these characters are Shotos.
I don't agree.
So me, Brawler's neutral special is chuck something
Takes the
at
set,
you.
though.
Takes the set. It's a fireball that's gone cold. He has cheesy 0 to deaths, which in Smash, what it means to you. He has
That
incredible
in
damage
Smash.
output.
That's not in Smash.
Yeah.
That is not the definite. Smash does not have an impact on what Shoto refers to.
Mario's a Shoto.
I don't believe that.
Luigi is a Shoto.
Luigi's not a Shoto. Luigi is a.
All Shotos are inspired by Luigi, and Luigi is inspired by all.
Hi, Monster, saying things just to get a reaction.
So we go get
Okay, Hoppy.
We're switching roles. He's listening to this right now. He's gonna walk into this room. I'm gonna tell him to.
Here's the. I don't think I can say that Brawl. Like, you know what? I can say Mario. I think Mario is dubiously Shoto-esque.
Yeah.
I will admit that.
He
Because
has
he
a
has a-
spin. He has the down air. That's his Tatsumaki.
He has a projectile that's used for neutral
The fireball at that.
and fire, a literal fireball, an anti-projectile move in Cave,
Yeah.
which is usually the role that Tatsumaki would fill. So I'm willing to say that he is. Luigi is not, because he is entirely. He's a grappler.
He has a fireball.
Okay.
He has an anti-projectile move.
But he's not playing footsies. He's not play. His entire game plan is grabbing you and dealing heavy damage off back
So
grab.
he's a Zangief.
He is a I literally just said he was a grappler.
No, Zangief now. According to me and me alone. That means Lorena is a Zangief. Any other Zangiefs that you can think of? Incineroar.
Armika, Temkin, I guess.
Potemkin.
He's not, but I
DK?
want to. Maybe.
He spins.
So back on topic.
Yep.
I do not think that you can classify Knee Brawler as a Shoto. Because, one, his projectile does not control neutral space. It is entirely for advantage. Look me in the eyes and tell me you're doing shot button neutral.
You can do shot put neutral.
Should you?
Yeah, sometimes. Go for it.
In most cases.
Well, not in most cases, but you're not.
Most cases! And in what situation is Pikachu not, like, vomiting up as many
Pikachu's
thunder?
a Shoto.
Yes.
Okay, I'm down for this. Pikachu's a Shoto.
I'm aware.
Shake.
I'm fine with saying
Shake.
Pikachu's a Shoto. But, like, Knee Brawler's a rushdown character. Wait, can we get are we getting a Shoto list?
Yeah. So here's the Venn diagram. On this side, you got Shoto. Let me just do S, right? Hopefully the producer can put this on screen. What's the other side? The other side is Luigi's, right?
No.
You got Kazuya's a Luigi. Ryu is a Shoto. What were you?
No! Why is Luigi the second category?
Because every character is a Shoto or Luigi. Then you got
No!
Ken, who's also K.
Who's Duck Hunt? Who's Min Min?
Okay, fine. No.
So we got Shotos.
Pass me the pen. I know how to categorize
Jerks.
No!
Kazuya's a jerk.
I mean, yes, but that doesn't...
Luigi is both.
The difference is not Shotos and jerks. The difference is...
Hobby, thank you for the prime.
Hobby, thank you for the prime sub. Yeah.
It is also not
Special.
entirely a... Hello! It is not a Venn diagram.
Well, in the middle,
It is a spectrum.
That's true.
It is
So
a spectrum.
Luigi is in the middle.
No, actually. Luigi is much closer to a specialist than a Shoto because his entire kit is built around
What are we
a
looking
singular
at the game
option.
Anything? Awesome.
It's entirely built around a singular option.
Okay. So DK is a specialist.
That really depends. What's his game plan? What's his game plan centralizing on?
Crap.
Okay. He would exist somewhere around here as well.
Probably further to the left. He does have some neutral.
Probably.
See, here's the difference. Shoto is defined by a character. Shotos are effectively jack of all trades. They're meant to be able to play a ground-based neutral game that is able to kind of fill the role that the opponent is not bringing to them.
So the
Against some...
Fox.
Yes and no. I think that Fox is an interesting example of... I think that he is Shoto-esque, although he is much more of an offensive character. I would call him... I think that you wouldn't be wrong in saying that he is distinctly in the middle.
So
here.
Wolf is a Shoto.
Yes, actually. I mean, in the same way that Akuma would be a Shoto.
Okay, I'm figuring it out. All right. Smash player learns what a Shoto is. So Kazuya is a specialist.
Yes.
Terry is a Shoto.
To be fair, this is one axis. I will be frank. There are multiple axes that we could rank. But yes,
Terry would be around here if
kind of. That's the thing. My problem is I don't know if I would like. In a lot of ways, they are.
this is great content,
But
by the way. I
part
hope
of
this
me
gets put
doesn't
into
want-
TikTok.
The weird part is I don't entirely think the Shotos are Shotos.
So the Shotos are specialists.
Kind of. So here's
Mario is a Shoto.
Mario is a Shoto. Here's my thing. In Smash specifically, Shotos in traditional fighting games are the jack of all trades. They don't really have anything special about them because the special thing about them is the fact that they can do whatever they really want. They're a very jack of all trades character. In Smash, that is not the definition of a Shoto. Shotos are typically characters who have the ability to cancel their specials into their normals into specials through motion inputs.
Does that mean Rosalina is a Shoto? Because she has
No,
dash
she's a
attack
puppet character.
She has dash attack.
Dash attack cancel, yes, but this is specifically a normal to special cancel. It is a thing that is specifically driven from
wrap it
traditional
up,
fighting games. However, because of how Smash functions, having that utility makes them an entirely different kind of character. They're almost entirely aggressive rushdown characters because that they want to deal that heavy damage off of their cancels in a way that most of their characters can't. Now, I think that we're getting back in pretty soon, so we will be no longer talking, but
Well, we will be talking just about. Oh, I was really hoping she put up the third man.
I was really hoping we just get back into the match and like 3 stocks were gone total.
Hey, there it is. Midgard Mayhem. If you liked hearing about that, we will be a little bit more serious, specifically in the top 8 of the Midgard Mayhem broadcast. There'll be opportunities to do what we're doing if you don't like us right now.
If you don't like what we're saying, come in here. Make fun of us.
Exactly.
Take a chair.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll bring you one mic.
Genuinely, if you want to come in here and just talk some smack, especially about me, I will allow it.
Please don't say slurs. Please do not come in here and say slurs. I beg of you.
It's only something that hobby. Right? Got a thumbs up from the producer. I did not get a thumbs up from the producer.
We get a fake news lies and slander.
But yeah, $10 venue fee, $10 tournament entry fee. So if you just want to come in and watch, I'm sure that we'll be happy to have you. And if you want to come in and commentate, I'm sure that we can figure something out there. There's the redemption bracket, which is uncertain right now, but might be doubles as our side bracket, of course. You come in, right? You can spectate, you can commentate. And then, of course, if you think you were good at the game, if you are a local legend, perhaps, like, for example, Psychonics, Dr. Curve, PR player, Icy Mist, exactly. J-Jaw is in the area as well, right? If somehow this reaches J-Jaw. If you're a good player, stop by. And now we've got a rematch.
This is a little scary. This was the match that got done with very quickly. However, I think the cat's kind of out of the bag with Dunk Hunt.
I would presume so, but 45% as a starter is not too shabby for Manchester, as Chimpus is struggling to get in a little bit.
You know, I got a concept for a Smash Ultimate 2 Echo Fighter.
Is it Dante?
No, it is specifically Duck Hunt, but instead of a can, it's a basketball, and it's called Dunk Hunt.
Because then that gives you another Smashball canon character besides just Donkey Kong.
Exactly!
Sure. I think Palutena is the other one there.
I don't know. I really don't know. I don't play alt formats.
Well, to be fair, Smashball is a custom stage that's very funny.
It is still an alt format.
That's true. Oh, a solid ABK into combo there. Only hits the one up B into an upside special. Good.
Ooh!
Bat within.
I feel like this is kind of like, this is a very interesting matchup, I think, because it's like, effectively, this reads to me as like Duck Hunt wants to put out suppressive fire, and Bayo wants to get through.
Yes.
It's a very traditional rushdown versus zoning matchup, but in a format that I kind of really like.
That was a very clean up smash catch as well. That's a forward smash, just raw. You're able to do that and still have full intangibility ready if you so need it. There from Chimpus.
I mean, listen, my favorite thing that I ever see from Chimpus is the forward smash, wait a second, and then forward smash again.
Yep.
We are going to see the kill. We aren't going to see the kill. I should never say anything in the booth.
Duck Hunt is not especially light, but he's not especially heavy, so I'm quite surprised to see that Duck Hunt survived there.
It's scary, frankly. Although Chimpus is pretty low on the first stock, but gets juggled. I really should stop saying things in the booth. Has to shield stuck on the can.
One good straight hit, that should do it. Just early, yes. Could have potentially held that longer, but the SDI was making it a bit concerning there for Chimpus.
A little bit suspicious.
Suspicious, little. But ABK.
I'm liking that. I'm loving this play around the can. Kicks the can back, baby!
That's the problem, though. If your combo is not perfectly true, Duck Hunt will find the punish every single time. That character, with that frame one out of or combo breaker move, similar to Snake, except starts at his core, so it's not something you can hit around.
Carries the first hit of the up smash, but doesn't find the other two. Witch time!
It's a good one. Only leads into a throw, but the advantage state is still present. He'll find some hits and maintain.
Neutral. Finds the afterburner kick on the ground. Tries to after it. Trades with the can here.
Gotta be free of that. Bayonetta is one of the only characters in this game who's around, or one of the characters who's very close to Duck Hunt in weight, so can trades about even for both of these players in terms of results.
I think we saw it once, but you know what I want to see? I jump into the can in Witch time.
Yeah.
Like, what? You're a Duck Hunt! You see people near your can and you start seeing red.
Or even just bat within through it, perhaps.
Bat within through it, sure, but like, you need the kill. You're Bayonetta. You need a little bit of, you need to find the kill.
The only problem with that is that Witch time reduces knockback slightly. I believe it's 20% reduced knockback when the opponent is in Witch time.
I mean, yeah, but like 132.
Good kill.
Alrighty. Evens this back up. Now, you are at a stock, or at a percentage deficit if your Chimp is here, but like, you're also Bayonetta. Find an opening and you win, and you're immediately back in even.
Barely not able to get past that ledge trap. 120, any stray hit will generally be killing right about now. Back air, down air, and up air. Anything, gotta play careful if your Chimp is, but that on shield is like minus 4 quadrillion.
Yeah, not spaced in the way that you might want it to be. And that's going to be Chimpus going down. Takes the 2 stocks at the very least. Who's getting sent in here? Do you think we see? Do you think it's just see Arctic again?
I think we see Arctic again. It looked a little bit more hairy than maybe you expect from Arctic, but the way that you're playing today, reminder, this is the #1 competition for CSU. We didn't even see our final player in game 1. So it shows that CSU not as affected by the player loss as Manchester seems to be, even though Manchester, of course, still a very good team.
Absolutely. Like this Duck Hunt has been playing crazy, but I think the problem was like Arctic was able to very quickly adapt. And when you're like, admittedly, like as much as I think Duck Hunt is a cool character, when you're playing a low tier into a high tier, you do need to be aware of that.
And correct me if I'm wrong, is this Cole's Corner? No, yeah, isn't Manchester not in Ohio? Indiana? I'm not from Ohio. Look, okay, I'm allowed to get some things wrong. Sorry, I'm heckling the professor. Professor?
The professor. Professor Livy.
Producer. I'm heckling the producer a little bit. Pardon me. Yeah, I think Rob is the most likely candidate for entry on. Again, it looks a little bit hairy, but I think the matchup is still solid enough as long as you're able to avoid the clay pigeon. Something we haven't seen very much outside of the Rob matchup, because it tends to struggle to connect like into anything meaningful. But again, Rob opens up a lot of combo possibilities that no other character reaches.
Yeah, Rob is a very large target, and for a character who's reliant like that as Duck Hunt, it can come up. Although we were seeing it a little bit in Pro Granted, we saw it more pronounced. We saw Gunman, we saw Can, but occasionally we did see Clay Pigeon come out, mainly as a longer range projectile.
It can be used to combo into things like grab, things like down air if they're hovering above the abyss. It lets you get a good spike in. It's a very flexible option, and I heard it sounds like we're going in. The typing for the producer tells me the Robert is back.
Robotic operating buckaroo.
Mayhem. Just got a quick flash of that. Of course, is back on his signature skin. I think that the pink Rob in particular.
I can believe. I could.
Very small tidbit as well, but I don't know if it's in the rules as legality, but I'm appreciative that Arctic just tosses out those lasers so he doesn't get that free advantage. I've seen other players do things, similar, but generally, appreciative that he lets it rip and keeps that. That's what I mean about the clay pigeon.
Lets it rip like it's a Beyblade. Yeah. Listen, I hear that phrase and I gotta make the joke. Clay Pigeon tries to get a follow-up on it, not gonna be a fine bit.
That gyro placement was able to get him out of that out of the disadvantage state, get the combo broken.
That's my favorite part of set play. I love when set play comes into factor on defense.
With his pants down, losing out, that gyro shuts it down, and Rob's zoning is just slightly better than Duck Hunt's. That what is up on Duck Hunt?
It's really hard to play. I think that this is a really hard matchup for Duck Hunt. Not because like Rob innately breaks any of your things, but like Rob is playing your game plan, but a little bit stronger.
I'm you, but stronger.
We are in the era. No more dogs. We got robots now. I mean, look, would you rather have a robotic buddy or a dog?
A dog.
Or a robotic dog?
A dog. I like dogs.
I mean, I like dogs too, but like, robotic operating buddy. He's the guy.
Yeah, you know who else is a top tier? Dogs in my heart. Good downer.
Do they have like good frame data?
In my heart, yes. Specifically in my heart.
Okay.
I don't know if that was intentional, but kind of breaks the Duck Hunt.
I kind of like that though. I like the go down and then the laser fire into the stage.
I mean, maybe it gimped, maybe something happened that I missed, but goes down, tries to get Duck Hunt with some sort of cheeky option, but equals out the stocks nevertheless.
As a on payroll glazer, I gotta say, I think it was a spell. I think Arctic was casting some spell.
I agree.
Do you think magic should be illegal in tournaments?
No.
That's what I'm saying!
You said illegal or legal?
Illegal.
No, yes.
What?
I think it should be illegal.
You don't think...
It gives the players an unfair advantage. It is a, at birth, granted advantage.
That's assuming magic's at birth.
I'm a muggle.
Ooh, bad reference. That's not even the Magic. I'm talking about like real wizards. Like you ever?
You would say like Magic the Gathering.
No.
No, I don't think that should be banned in a Smash tournament. I just think the players should be banned.
No. Like, listen, if my opponent picked up the Forbidden Spellbook, and they started reading it, and they learned Magic, I'm not gonna get mad. Okay, listen. All I'm saying is, wizards should be allowed to cheat if they aren't needing components for it. It's in your brain. That's like saying you can't adapt to somebody. That's cheating. Ow. If I could go read the Forbidden Tomes, and now I'm also casting spells, that's fine.
Yes, but I think that's too much crossing, techniques. It's sort of like banning kicks in regular boxing, or banning, I don't know, striking in wrestling. Yes, it's a skill that could transfer, but I think that it breaks the spirit of what.
I think there are strikes for wrestling. They got chairs and things hit each other.
Well, that's different. That's WWE.
Yeah, and why do you think we have that?
Well, in real wrestling, there's not that.
Real wrestling? You like WWE?
In professional wrestling that is not televised, generally, you see much less strikes.
But it's not. But I mean, yeah. But like, what if they're using magic?
I think that it breaks the
Do you think Do you think wrestlers should get to use magic?
No, I think again it breaks the spirit of the sport. Unless it's WWE, then go for it. But I think that there should be a designated sport in which wizards can show off their magic capabilities.
I mean, I think that you could definitely dedicate. I'm all for Bloodsport. I'll be frank.
I think we could just leave it there. Actually, thank you all for showing up.
Thanks, everybody.
Just assume that we 2-0'd Manchester. I think it's a completely unsafe bet at this point in time.
It is still up in the air, but
I think after that we got it. I think we're done.
I mean, no, I don't.
I think we're gonna get kicked out of CSU after that one.
We were literally watching a fighting game. We're losing our jobs over this one, chat. I mean, to be fair, like, we are watching a fighting game. This is
not blood.
There's blood in the sport.
Where's the blood in Smash Bros?
Let me think about that real quick.
Not even a
Dracula.
No blood.
He's breaking it.
Yeah, but there's no blood on the screen. Just an illusion of blood. A illusion, not illusion.
What if I made a me named Blood, and then he's in the game?
That would be semantic. This is semantic.
This entire argument This entire argument has been semantics.
Well, yeah, but I think that wizardry is different.
I don't think wizardry is different.
It's a skill that does not transfer directly into the sport. Therefore, I think it defeats the purpose of the sport and makes it less about the sport.
If I get an edge in a fighting game because I have a psychology degree, should I be banned?
No, because I think that fits into the spirit of the sport.
And Magic doesn't.
Yes, because Magic is a completely different skill.
No, it isn't.
If you can make a sport out of psychology, then I will watch that, but I don't think it's possible. You can absolutely make a skill or sports out of wizardry.
I mean, yeah, but like, I think that there are other things that apply to that. You can't make a sport out of adapting.
Yeah, but I don't think adapting should be.
And I don't think wizardry should be banned.
But you can make a sport out of one.
If you specialize in wizardry, that's Tekken. You learn to
This is ridiculous.
We need to like pay attention to the match.
This is absurd.
Yeah, this is.
I've not seen Arctic get blown up like this in months. Maybe years.
I understand it. Like this is Zoner versus Rush Deck, and the problem with like the nature of that matchup is
Diddy's more of a keep away, I'd say.
I don't know if I'd agree. As much as he does have projectiles in his toolkit, think about what his projectiles are being used. They're being used for extension. They're being used for opening.
Or bait and punish, perhaps. I think.
I bait and punish I could believe, but like he's still right now. He is the beatdown. Like Diddy Kong in this matchup is the one who has to deal the damage. Alive.
Rob's pretty heavy, so he's going to be okay there. He's finding a way to get back on stage. It's quite a difficult task against the Kong.
Back, roll to center stage control. Unfortunate grabs it during the dash attack. Back to Sledge.
It's finding it difficult to get back to neutral. Just getting center stage is nice. Shields after the banana, is able to keep himself alive. Dodges the monkey flip. Back air parry!
Ooh, that is painful. Really heavy adaptation from the Manchester Diddy Kong. Arctic going down. CSU's going to have to find an option.
Remember when I said we could stop this?
Oh wait, you muted.
Yeah, I muted us for that.
Oh well,
It's called being professional.
it's called being professional.
Okay. If
Thank you for being professional.
Here's the question. Do you think you stand with this if you can't quantify the magic? Like, magic exists, but there's no way to prove if somebody is using it or not.
Yes, because that is cheap. That feels like sleight of hand. That is the same thing on quantify as sleight of hand.
You can prove sleight of hand happened.
You can, and you can find a way. I'm sure that there would be some kind of magic detector, some kind of arcana signifier.
But then what happens if somebody, like, needs the magic to survive? Like, what if they have, like, a magical pacemaker?
That's a different conversation. That's a completely different conversation. I feel as though you're throwing me into a conversation that is oriented specifically to put me out to be the bad guy, and I do not appreciate that, young lady.
I'm your senior, and I got hired before you.
Yeah, but I'm old.
That doesn't matter.
I'm old. I'm like 50 years old.
Listen, I'm all for. I know that, like, that's literally been the whole argument. That, like, I'm all for magic in brackets like this. I think that, like it's the same. I think that, like, in MMA, if magic were, like, you should be able to use magic in MMA.
Because that's like using a bow or like a slingshot in pocket sing.
I mean, I don't know. I think that's very different because, like, okay, in the world where everybody is, like, natural,
everyone's a wizard. I think there should be a different sport for it.
I think there could be a different sport for it, but I also think that you should still be able to use your wizard. Like, if everybody, I think everybody, if in the world where magic is real, who is not being a wizard? Like, that's my question.
Tech bros.
They would be a wizard, and they would be investing in it and losing all their money.
If magic was moderately difficult, not many people. Like, think about how many people are bilingual.
Think about how many people use AI.
Bilingual is different. Like, yeah, you get a huge amount of options from being bilingual, but you don't break the laws of physics. This is magic we're talking about.
Break the laws of society.
I don't care.
This is also insane from the City Kong so far. Dreamless being forced out to pull out the Mii Brawler. This, again, I don't think this is a great matchup for Dreamless.
I don't like it. It's scary. This Diddy Kong is. Oh, okay. You're dead. You're dead.
Nice. Okay.
You're dead. Go home.
That charge on the down smash had me sweating bullets right there.
That was like a quick time event.
It was like XAWM.
I know the. Are you referencing specifically the Sonic Unleashed one?
Yeah.
Woo! Okay, actually, let's. What? Folks at home, I realize we don't have a lot of viewership, but folks at home or people in the YouTube comments, when you think of QuickTime events, what games QuickTime events are you thinking of?
I also think of the Kratos leave your daughter. Father, please.
I can't not think about, like, KH2 quick reaction commands.
You tried to do the pyramid scheme on him. That's been patched out, Buckaroo.
That's not real anymore. We're doing Ponzi schemes now.
Pyramid scheme, for those of you who are unaware at home, is when Diddy Kong used to have an infinite combo where he would double banana toss. Like, he would toss the banana from below the platform, then he would jump up, catch it, and toss it onto you. If he catches you on the platform, famously, Gluteny lost a tournament set because of the pyramid scheme.
I mean, I think a lot of people have lost things because of the pyramid scheme.
Famously, the most notable example is Gluto.
I mean, yeah.
A charge there would have killed, by the way. Instead of going for the down tilt, charging up smash slightly would have killed.
To be fair, I think that it's honestly second place. Like, the Gluteny loss is, like, the second worst thing that's ever happened because of this pyramid scheme. First one is the friend from, like, high school who's now, like, messaging you on Facebook about their new business proposal.
I think that's top 3. Sure, Thrupper down.
Thrupper evens it back out.
Fantastic confirm. It's really Mii Brawler's bread and butter, the way that these players play it. Specifically, Dreamless shoots out the way of that banana confirmed.
The down tilt parry had me shook.
He's almost taken this back to, like, even in this game at the very least. He needs to take 3 more stocks if he wants to be even overall, but he's making his way back.
I mean, granted, any stock that Dreamless takes here, I think, is a huge amount of value because you know what happens after this.
And I don't know if he can do what he's been doing for years on end anymore.
It's a little concerning, but it is 7 stock. Like, that, we need to let the round finish before we start talking about that. We gotta have faith in Dreamless.
Every single hit is a nightmare situation, but Dreamless on the Brawler, any one hit can also confirm. 49% is kill percent if you find a good combo with me Brawler. You gotta get one read.
Up tilt does not find the confirm. Ugh, not the ideal circumstance.
7.
7.
7.
What's the over-under here? What do you think the over-under is? I'm gonna be honest. I'm saying 50-50. It either happens or it doesn't.
This is tough. This is very tough. I think Arctic going out the way he did, where you expect him to be able to take at least one stock off the really changed the tempo here, and I think that this has been a massive shift in Manchester's favor. If this player goes down, I don't think the rest of the lineup can quite perform the same way.
Admittedly, I will say, I think that Manchester is getting the drop here. Because, like, think about the matches that we've seen. We saw the dunk hut, the duck hut. Yeah, the duck hut.
The dunk hut.
The dunk hut. We saw Duck Hunt go into Bayonetta, which I think is frankly kind of brutal. Like, that was not where Chimpus wants to be. And, like, that then went into them having really good momentum and being able to take out Arctic. I don't know if they're going to be able to do that again.
Yeah, it really depends on if CSU is able to get a good counter pick game 3. If we go there, right, there is always the chance that
It happens.
It happens. I think I'm going under. I think it's like 30%.
Listen, it's brutal. I'm not going to lie to you. It's Manchester. Like, this is
the 8-time champion at GLEC.
8-time champion.
Something like that.
Listen, all I'm saying, if there is one player I've been taught to put my hope in, if there is one person, if there's one player who can be the weapon to defeat Metal Gear, you know who it is.
He Brawler, whoa. Libby's going in.
Libby against Manchester.
Don't forget about Midgard Mayhem, by the way.
Please come to Midgard Mayhem.
Make sure you show up this Sunday for one of the biggest Ultimate events in Northeast Ohio, as well as, you know, if you're interested in trying to qualify for Smash Ohio Summit, is that what it is? Or Northeast Ohio Summit? Either one. One of those two. If you're interested in qualifying for that, points are up for grab at Midgard Mayhem. If enough signups occur, we will be an A-tier local event. So keep that in mind. And the big man is
kept us waiting, huh?
Still tough though. As much as, you know, been taught over time to have full faith in Ruby.
It's rough. I will not. I understand. I am the Glazier of all time. It's rough. It is 7 stocks of the other best team in GLEC period.
It could be argued that this is still the best team, right? You could say CSU's one win could be a fluke. It was 3-1. We have the trophy. But you could still say absolutely that Manchester is the strongest team, and that's what's on stake.
You could say that. I ain't. Early damage. I think that, like, this is going to be a very methodical game. You don't want to get hit by the banana, but you also, as the Diddy, really don't want to get hit by these grenades.
I think Snake is something like 30 to 40% heavier than Diddy Kong, so each grenade that connects onto him, each grenade that connects onto this Diddy Kong needs to be like a grenade and a straight hit onto Snake, onto Ruby, so...
Snake is the character of favorable trades.
Very heavy, and he loves to pull out those grenades to escape those untrue combos. Frame 1. Similar to the Duck Hunt, we brought it up before.
It's Duck Hunt if the tool were great.
It's Duck Hunt if this character was a top tier. Or if that character, rather, was top tier. 102%. Starting to get difficult, but still able to live. Any confirmed Diddy Kong can pull out at this moment. Only needs 1 or 2 more hits, though, to start entering those kill ranges.
It's scary, but, like, Ruby is playing that methodical game. Getting a little bit of information, taking some damage, but at the same time, Snake is that heavy character. It is going to be able to survive for a very long time. And it goes off.
135 is prime kill confirm range. The grenade puts him up 152. Now a banana into up smash straight should be able to kill the patience there. The tension is palpable
The
right now.
willingness to wait, like, I'm gonna be frank, I'd be cracking under this pressure, but Ruby is playing strong. 164. These stocks have to go so far.
You always see this with Ruby, though. He's always able to live long. 93%. That Diddy Kong's already flying to space. The rage is maxed out. The survival is still here.
Before on the platform. I'm on the edge. Like, listen, normally, like, Snake can be a little bit lame sometimes, but in these kinds of circumstances,
Every stock is a monumental loss at this point moving forward for Ruby. Or even at the start of this game moving forward, every stock is monumental. It's a deep cut for CSU right now.
Trying to get some bomb off, but not quick enough to find it. Flips on the banana peel, gets hit with a dash attack into the fair. 23%.
His patience is so good from this Diddy Kong as well. He's not going for hits that aren't going to be true. Doesn't want to hit these grenades.
He's like, this Diddy Kong is hot off of 2 separate kills, is the problem. Like, this Diddy Kong is hot, they're going, and I'm a little bit frightened. Like, they are playing out of their mind.
That's the Nikita.
Nikita takes the stock, 2 stocks for Ruby.
Yeah, this you need to take 6 and lose 1. This
It is scary. It is terrifying.
This is crunch time.
Do you remember who else who we've seen from Manchester?
Kazuya Mishima.
Kazuya Mishima. Scary. But I think Snake has... I don't hate that.
Who's the other one? What am I missing? The 4th character. Kazuya Duck Hunt. Oh. Plant.
What was...
Last game wasn't Plant.
Are you thinking of the CPU match? Were you checking?
No, they used to have a Plant player. But they played Duck Hunt in game 1. They played Duck Hunt. They played. What did they start with?
It started with the Kazuya, into the Duck Hunt, into the Diddy. Trying to remember their 4th character. I'm so sorry to that player. Rushdown characters in it.
My brain don't work.
Ryu. It was Ryu. 'cause
Ryu. It was
So Ryu Kazuya
from Streets.
from Streets.
I think it's doable. Now that you say that,
The dream is alive, and we could see some other players come out. Admittedly,
I don't want to get anyone's hopes up, but Ryu into Snake. Give me a look. You disagree? Ryu to approach. Like that's a very. I would say that's like a easy like +1, maybe even +2 matchup. Probably +1.5. You know, significantly advantage for Snake. Kazuya is Kazuya, so you never know what could happen there. The dream is suspect, but the dream is alive.
listen. I got all my riding on this match. I bet the house. I bet the kids, wife.
You gonna shake on that?
I'm not betting with you. You're not the
Don't
you're
make
not
a deal
the mob.
with the devil.
You're not the mob.
Don't make a deal with me. I only take the ones I know I'm gonna win. Which is true. I've lost 1 bet and 1 5 past 3 years.
Okay, nice.
Most of them were with a former teammate. Which I think is fun. The one that I lost was that I said we were gonna win GLEC, by the way. That I was gonna win GLEC. I was gonna win Overwatch GLEC. That was what I said. And
Why didn't you lock in? Why didn't you start using magic?
you know what? That's an excellent point. If I were a wizard, you know, pop the Vada Kedavra, pop the Midgard Mayhem advertisement on the screen.
If you were a wizard, what spells do you think you'd be specializing in?
Fireball.
Okay.
Bit of Mage Hand.
Okay.
I always love a bit of Mage Hand. Just kind of picking up some stuff. every
Okay.
once in a while.
I mean, yeah, that's pretty useful.
Yeah, mostly like it for the funnies.
Honestly, I think I'd be going for buff magic, like you know, like temper, haste.
Thinking too much.
I mean, like fair enough.
Like I would like if I had Mage Hand, right? For example, in this situation, I would
you'd realistically be able to like
I
run
would
the whole
take
setup.
off our producer's headphones constantly without them knowing. I would put your hood over your face just for the bit. I would move that eraser out of reach for you, but so I could still grab it.
I use mine.
Good buff.
It's like A level 1. It's like it's a what? A level 1 spell? A cantrip? It's a cantrip. It's a cantrip. Anybody can use a cantrip. That's not true. All right, Cash Money Kazuya. That's scary. That's a threat.
This man is golden. This man is dashing.
Okay.
This guy loves his inputs.
Kazuya Snake.
This is the tough one. If you get through this as Ruby, if you get through this with 2 stocks, I think that they've got it in the bag. If you get through this with 1 stock, it needs perfect play, precise gameplay in order to make it through, but I think it is doable. Really, I don't think you're losing more than 1 stock to this Ryu. It's just up to whether or not this Kazuya takes 2.
I'm definitely on the edge of my seat here. Rolls in, avoids the laser. This laser is putting in work.
Those Ruby, though, right now, the dash attack 63%. You can't take too much more for this stock. You gotta make the change matter, and that is a good down throw to grenade. Just to
Finally confirm. That's rage. That's concerning. That's my fear. But gets the kill before rage even matters. Okay, the dream's alive. The dream could be alive.
Don't get your hopes up quite yet. It's still 5-2. A full player ahead right now is Manchester, but the percent slowly climbing. Ruby is making it work, and I mean, it always goes to show this guy, he's not as good as singles as he is in the crew battles, but when there's a team on the line, when he's got buddies that he's fighting for, he really does lock in for friendship.
All right, I'm liking the shield grenade into the Nikita.
Gracious. Movement's so clean right now. He's so good at movement. And again, in bracket, he's not this good with the movement. It's just he locks in so hard for the crews.
Listen, this is
Rage drive.
like the B reverse grenade.
Oh, the grenade! Ah! Ah! He lived for the grenade. The grenade popped while he got grabbed.
The precedent. This is what Snake does.
Now I think there's only 3 grabs necessary for this Kazuya to lose Rage Drive, which would mean, first off, even if you would survive, you'd be taking 40% off of that.
It's concerning. I don't like rage driving being on the table when these stocks are so precious.
Can't lose 2, obviously, but you really don't want to. You want that extra cushion here. If you can take this with 1 stock left, you are playing with confidence. C4 barely doesn't connect. The up tilt, he's fishing for it. That's the stock, the dream, it lives!
The drop directly into the detonate puts Ruby currently up a single stock against this Kazuya. It's really, really risky at 103, but at the same time, you gotta believe.
I mean, the longer that Ruby lives, the more rage he accrues, the stronger these up tilts are. It'll kill at like 110. He needs to survive. The up air just builds up.
Up air, no! That's concerning!
That's fine, though. You've still taken it far enough. The hype is alive. The player feels strong, I'm sure.
It's final stock to final stock on this Kazuya. Gets the confirm, tries to find the follow-up, not gonna get it! Grenades are on the ledge, has to spot dodge away, gets hit with the back air. Grenade back on ledge into the up smash.
C4, it's on the Kazuya.
C4 is on the Kazuya!
It's a shield break if he finds it. It's just the up air. The rage drive now online.
Rage is online. You do not want to be in kill percentage. There's the up tilt!
Just this rage as it continues to accrue. You gotta be terrified.
Nikita, do a little bit of a spin with it!
Still alive, the C4.
Doesn't quite connect. 57, you're not in kill range, but if you get hit with something that could be dangerous.
This rage drive.
Oh my god! Into the C4 drop immediately punishes!
The dream is alive.
You just have to get through the Ryu.
This is so doable.
It's so doable.
Kazuya is like a mega evolution of Ryu. This is doable.
Hello, chat. Producer Livy here. I'm here to do a little bit of rules lawyering. So according to GLEC rules, if the game comes to a timeout, to my understanding, both players lose all their stocks. If Ruby takes this game to a timeout, I believe that counts as a draw, in which case CSU wins the match 2-1.
Does he know that?
I don't know. I don't know if that would play out with
time
refs.
out 1 stock though.
I'm just saying it's possible.
It's possible, but you can't time out 1 stock. Not against Ryu from streets.
It's a little concerning, I'll admit. It's 1 stock in a dream. But if there's anyone I have learned...
Dude, there's no way. This is absurd.
Listen, I don't want to jinx it, but every time I've said something in the booth like this, will go wrong. I have to have it.
This is arguably the most important stock Ruby will have to play this year.
Probably.
Assuming
Unless if we say that, and then we win it 2-1, that's
if
gonna be
we
really
win the
funny.
2-1 off of timeout. But like obviously outside of
No, I meant more like this. We're a game up a game.
That's true. But like outside of like his own tournament runs, outside of the playoffs, the grand final, specifically at GLEC, which is their main concern, making it back, winning 2
times in a row. This is the most important.
This is
stock.
CSU's main competition. And
By
if
far.
they are able to show that they are able to do things like that,
Nobody's even close. Is the thing.
nobody is even close.
It's Manchester versus CSU.
Which, honestly, having a Clash of Titans this early in the season is crazy.
And this is the reminder, inaugural game of the season.
No, yeah, we're going out. We're coming out with a bang.
It does not get better than this. Doesn't mean you should stop watching, but do stick around for the future. This, it might not be the Ryu. I know that Manchester has some deep, deep pockets, but based on what we've seen, looks like it will be.
It's the Ryu. It's Ryu from Street's small battlefield. Battle in the base is playing. What is that from? One stock from Ruby.
Two stocks from Ruby.
No,
Yeah, I know. I just thought it was funny.
let's see where this happens. Now, how do you feel about this? Is
I said it already. I think this is very doable. I think this is much better than Kazuya Snake. That 65% gives me some concern, but
I'm loving the B reverse grenade. Like, frankly, I'm a little bit concerned about, like, these fireballs do control a lot of space that Snake wants to be in, but, like, I do think Snake has better options.
I mean, the percent is climbing slowly but surely for Ruby. He
Yeah,
wants
check
to
off the shield poke.
That's crazy. The Shoryu actually hit the grenade that was sitting by a ledge, which dealt an extra about 10% to the Manchester Ryu.
If that's consistent, that could be really concerning. Gets out of the confirm.
Gets the Nair to get out of that confirm. Try to go for the Nair, or it could have been down air. One of the two from Ruby.
There's the utility of the focus attack trying to come out here.
When did this guy get to 98, by the way?
I don't know. Ugh.
Who can spam? It's difficult to get through, and Ruby's kind of got to. The air dodge past the ledge, but finds the Cypher back on, flies above, doesn't want to deal with any of this nonsense.
He forced that, or was that just grenade?
That was grenade.
I feel like I keep waiting for like a forbidden grenade set.
I mean, it's right there. The C4 is right there. See it. There we go. It blows.
My eyes are not very good.
That's fair. I barely noticed it at first. The area into up
Jumps out,
smash.
gets hit with the fireball.
It's starting to get tough.
Yeah.
149. I don't know if the dream is still alive. Cannot be. Cypher taps.
Grenade.
Beautiful parry.
It's the dash attack. That's Nikita. I don't think that's favorable interaction.
That's dead.
That's dead. Okay.
33% the way there. Can't take another hit.
Cannot take another hit.
Oh, the jab! That's such a risky nair there. If he is full shielding that kills. That's down tilt. You gotta get out of this pressure. You can't roll, but it's
Too
reach.
far away!
The Shoryu does not have that range.
The C4 is on Ryu!
It's 79. The percent is climbing. When did this happen? 90, 105.
Trades with the up tilt. We are in some real zones here.
One more strong hit will kill here from Ruby, but he's at 184. A straight aerial at this rate from Ryu might take this.
And the donkey kick to finish it off. Not where you want to be, but like, if it comes down to that again,
That run was crazy.
that run was crazy, but the Ryu just enough to hold it out. I'm gonna be honest, that Ryu had no chance against two stocks.
No. If that was two stocks from Ruby, he takes that. If anybody was able to take one more stock off that Diddy, and players, if you're rewatching this, I'm not trying to blame you. You shouldn't blame yourself.
They got
You played
counterpicked
your heart
hard.
out.
Like, that was the worst. Here's my thing. I think that was worst case scenario.
Yeah, I think, like, again, players, I'm not trying to badmouth you at all. You guys played great, but if somebody was able to take one more stock off of that Diddy,
Curtains.
it's curtains.
We
Because
move
then
into.
it's Ruby against two Shotos. At
It's
three
Ruby
stocks.
into two Shotos, and we saw how that went with the Kazi.
Like, with three stocks, you can get one each and then walk home free.
Yeah, that's okay. How do you think we adapt here? I don't think you send Chimpus in at start.
If you get a character counter pick here and you see they started with the Duck Hunt, I'd say you want to start with Rob. You need Arctic to get his value. You need him to get his three, because he's so good in those matchups that aren't those hard counter picks. Diddy Kong, you saw how strong it was against Arctic. In a matchup that's not that player is great. You need him to be able to get that though, or else you're missing out on arguably your biggest strength here.
I think-
CSU beyond, big man.
I think my main concern, I think it comes down to the counter pick. Where it is like, I think that Rob is the correct answer. But I think that if they send like their Kazuya, or frankly even their Ryu into Rob, that's terrifying.
I think that's kind of like every character gets comboed, up to the moon and back by
Admittedly, yes. But I think that like Rob is a larger target, and as much as I think that Rob's going to be able to keep them out, that's a very volatile matchup to be.
Those are also big characters for their own right, and they don't care as much as like a Falco or a Pikachu, somebody whose combos are a lot more reliant on precision. Their combos aren't reliant on precision; they're required on technical input. Like they can do it on Pikachu just as well as they can do it.
Yeah, it's not really as much of a change as it is for someone like Diddy Kong.
Exactly. So I think that the size honestly favors Arctic more because those characters are big and easy to hit with a 0 to death.
I could definitely believe that. Do you know if Arctic's been practicing 0 to death?
He has. He hit it in tournament for the first time a couple days ago.
Arctic. Give me a reason to scream. Listen. I understand. I understand that my entire gimmick is that I glaze at all possible moments. You believe.
I believe for a moment. That's hard for me to do. You know that's hard for me to do. I don't believe.
You are the pessimism to my glazing.
I am very pessimistic. I don't give them the dream unless I actually see the line. I saw the line.
It was, you saw, like, granted, Ryu played out of it. Like, Ryu played really good, for sure. And, like, that was, I think that was their best case. I think that they adapted faster. I think they adapted. And I think especially that Diddy Kong had, like, a wonderful run.
For sure. Taking out 2 full CSU players, and then Ruby had to finish the job and traded 1 for 1. You saw against the Kazuya, against the Ryu, how good Ruby is. And then, you know, a player trading 1 for 1 is rare. We see a new king of Manchester, and it is the Diddy Kong.
Definitely, like, they've definitely hit their flow. And I also think that, like, Diddy Kong is a character who is, like, a lot of your options are going to come off very similarly, where it is like, you are the bait and punish character. You are going to find an opportunity to throw your banana, you're going to hit the banana, and then you're going to kill someone. That's what Diddy Kong wants to do. And it's a very general, is the thing.
And reminder, by the way, at the lane, here is how the games went. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure this is how it happened. Producer, correct me if I'm wrong. Game 1 went to CSU.
Mm-hmm.
Game 2 went to Manchester. Game 3 went back to CSU. And then Game 4, obviously. We're seeing a mirror right now. And this could be Manchester's opportunity to kind of change the fates, change the winds.
I think that, here's my statement, I think this match specifically is going to define the rest of this.
Yes.
Whoever loses here is going to need to be on their losers.
Was it well, it's not going to be a loser's run.
Losers run in the sense of, these are the, no offense to anybody else in GLEC, these are the 2 people, this is first and second. This is going to be first and second no matter what things come down to.
And it's a test. Was that a fluke? Was it a one-time thing? Were the players just popping off at land? Because Dream was popping off at land. Arctic popping off at land. Colin was going even every single game. Were they just playing hot on land, or was it true? Was it real? Was the dream alive for CSU? That is the question that they need to answer today. That's why I said that stock was so important for Ruthie.
And I think that, like, the thing is, I think the team that loses here, that's going to define the rest of their season. Like, that's what I'm trying to say. It's the rest of the season is going to be defined by this, because these are the 2 people, these are the 2 teams who, like, I'm gonna be honest, they feel almost even, like, aggressively so. And while granted Manchester has lost a lot, like, CSU is not unaccustomed to losing players in a way. Like, I don't need to mention last semester's Overwatch.
I don't need to mention. Oh, I miss my team.
No, you can't.
I'm not going that far, but you just dab.
No,
you definitely just dab. We have a dabber.
I have not dabbed since 20. You know what?
Can I get a dab in the chat, please?
You know what?
Sam, I know you're there. Can I get a dab in the chat, Sam? Oh, she's dabbing! Oh, she's dabbing! Oh, she dabbed!
Welcome back to 2017, baby.
What did you say?
This is the. What are we supposed to do? It's a pair of question
What,
marks.
you want me to bring back the Venn diagram for Luigi's and losers? That's the other one. Luigi's and losers.
All right.
Let me show you how I see the game real quick.